Artists say I can but I didn't want to. Writers say I want to but I can't. I just pressed record just to stare. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about this morning. Was doing my relax with art colouring in. I've got a new book that says 5 minutes every morning, and I haven't done it this morning yet, but it's just to focus, clear your mind, and just one of them was write a love letter to yourself. Some of them just breathe deeply. It's nice just to be reminded every morning to relax. And when you relax, you sort of think more and focus more, exercise your mind. And people know that, I know, but I don't know, it's a really useful book. It's been helping me with sort of how I feel every day about myself. Because I wake up and I'm alright most days, but a lot of days I'm sort of on the cusp of having sort of a mental health breakdown, or just feeling really anxious, or freaking out, or crying, or acting erratically. And by that I just mean if I go to the shops, I might have to walk out the shop. Yesterday we went into the newsagent's and he needed £5 to use a card, and so my husband added 2 more things on, and it came to £4.99. And my husband when he went to go and look to get something, he just looked at me and smiled, but it was a really creepy, annoying smile, and I just went like that, and I was looking for my purse, and I was doing this weird smile, I don't know, I hailed an expression. I was just awkward. Anyways, I wanted to tell him to fuck off, and when we got to the till, and it came to £4.99, and he went, "Oh, you still need to pay another £1 or whatever." And I was thinking, I'm not being funny, but there's people that they'd just charge you the 50p to go over, wouldn't they? They wouldn't make you pay another £1. Later on that day, they said you can't even, to my husband, they said you can't buy a lottery ticket with a card, even though he bought a lottery ticket already in that transaction anyway. So they were pissing me off, in 2 different ways, and the third way just confirmed that they were cunts. Sorry, but I don't like it. Anyway, he said that, and I just said to my husband, but loud enough for him to hear, I just went, "Oh, fuck it, I can't be fucking bothered with it now," or something like that. I wanted to walk out of the shop, wanted to get out of there. Luckily, I stayed because I actually needed the water for my tablets and a sausage roll because I was hungry. I think it was 12 o'clock and I was just about to go into counselling as well, and it just wasn't helpful for me. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but I just feel like making recordings it's meant to be quite therapeutic for me. Or I used to share a lot of my poems, and I haven't written poems lately because I haven't had anything negative to say. I've had a positive poem, which is The Mouse Who Knew, which describes a mouse getting out of a toxic swamp and transforming herself. And it's a really good metaphor for what I went through with my family. And I suppose that kind of didn't end all poems, because I'll still write loads of poems. I always do, and I love writing poems. But it sort of showed me that I'd broken through something, and I could be positive with my writing, and that was important to me. Let me just check I'm even recording any of this. Yes, I am. Whether I'm recording my face properly or not, who cares? But my mental health is going in thought circles, is what my counsellor said to me yesterday, and that there might be some medication that they can help me with, and referrals and stuff like that. And it takes a really long time, but like I do usher, is that the word? A lot of people to counselling if they have mental health problems, because I used to think that I didn't deserve to be there, I didn't deserve counselling, I hadn't been through the worst of the worst. And actually I was physically abused by my mum, something that I didn't realise until yesterday. Sounds weird, but as she's hitting me, I just thought, she's punishing me, she's my mum, she's allowed to, she has permission. She used to give other people that were strangers basically to me. They weren't my family. You know, her friends or friends' mums. She used to say, I've given them permission to smack you if you're naughty. And I suppose that's a normal... I don't know what's normal. I really don't. But I know that the crime didn't fit the punishment. I'm shouting. Anyway, the crime didn't fit the punishment. She'd call me downstairs, and if I didn't come immediately, she'd smack me. And as she was smacking me, she'd say, that's for not coming when you called. That's for this, that's for that. And that's just because I want to hit you. And she'd leave my bum red, and I'd be crying and crying and crying in bed. And I'd cry myself to sleep. And I was just a child. And then when I got to like 15, and I guess her grasp of control had released in the physical way, it had gained more in the mental way. And every time I displeased her, I didn't feel like I was enough for her emotionally, because she'd make me fulfill her emotional needs by giving her extra long cuddles in bed at night and stuff like that. And to my brother and to my sister. And I know how wrong that sounds. But at the time it was like, we'd be talking to her about, I mean, not all together, like it would be individually, and it would feel like mummy time. But it would feel like a little chance to chat to her. But actually what it was she needed someone to hug at night. And then she'd go, oh, I'm really tired now, you have to go to bed. And then she'd shout at you and be like, I said get out. And it's like, right, so we've given you what you need, but you've not actually given me anything that I need. You've just given me a load of confusing answers. You just talked. It seems like love, perhaps in a child's memory, but it wasn't love. She never cared, and she never loved me. And I can just say that because that's the truth. It's anything I say, it's sort of circumstantial. It's like, if you kind of have to be there, I guess. Going through counselling, it's a really long process, because I've been in counselling for 6 months now. And I haven't got many more sessions left, I don't think. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But I'm going to have more sessions after that from somebody else. And yeah. Funny I was saying about thought patterns, thought circles. I was thinking about something. Fucking hell. I guess it's slightly deep. Anyways, we're making a cage for the bird. It's a bamboo cage. There's my gloves and my little cutting things. They don't work on the actual bamboo. I have to use a saw. And this is going to become squared off. I'm just standing it that way because they don't stand completely on their own without falling. But I'm going to try and secure it and make it so that it does stand on its own. And I'm going to make a frame for the top. And then hopefully I can start connecting pieces of bamboo. And I'm going to install 2 doors that flap down. And as you can see, this is probably about 1.5 meters high. And this is probably just less than 1 meter high. Oh, actually, wait. I'm not very good at measuring, am I? This is probably 0.5 meter high. And that's probably 1.5 meters high. So it's going to be much taller. And it should come up to like where that scarecrow picture is. Like just beneath it. So we're planning to have something like a mini jungle in the corner. And I've got a safe plant for her to have on the bottom of the cage with the sandpaper and the sand and grit and newspapers or whatever to catch her shit and to clean it out nicely. And we're gonna, sorry for swearing, and we're gonna, yeah, hopefully have like a plant in her cage so that she can land on it. It sounds mental, but you know, when you're just not doing much, it's actually a really nice hobby. It just distracts the mind, and again, it's mentally healthy, because if that doesn't work, we've already got a cage for her, so it's not like, you know, the only thing. And also, I was looking at ones on eBay, you know, traditional Chinese bamboo cages, and they're like 45 quid, so that's much less than what hers cost. I think hers costs like fucking £43, actually, coming to think of it, or £53. Anyways, take care. Have a really, really, really good day.